I have Angela Tucker here with me. Angela is in the runoff in the Republican primary for the 219th District Court. The district courts in Collin County handle criminal cases, felony cases.
Yes.
They handle family law cases and lawsuits over what, over $100,000?
Yes.
So they are the highest courts in the county. We have 9 of them.
Yes.
9 of them. And the 219th has been Judge Kurt Henderson's court for, you said, till 22 years.
Last 22 years.
He's retiring, and you and Scott Becker are in the runoff for that. Early voting starts Monday on that. So thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
And the first question I'm going to give you, ask you to do it in a minute or two, is to introduce yourself to the listeners and tell the voters why they should vote for you.
Since we're in the runoff, to me, it's just getting down to looking at the last 2 candidates, and my whole campaign has been on my qualifications and experience. And so, in that same vein, I am in my opinion, only qualified candidate for this bench. As you said, it handles civil, criminal, and family. In the area of family law, my opponent only has 1 family law case. If you look him up in Dallas and Collin County on the Odyssey system, if you look me up, there's 170 cases. I'm the only one that's done any CPS cases. My opponent has not, and this court handles those as well, Child Protective Services cases. The judge of this court will also sit on the juvenile board. I'm the only one that has a juvenile law practice. My opponent has never practiced juvenile law, and I think it's important to take that experience to the juvenile board as well. In the area of criminal law, I've been a prosecutor and a defense attorney. However, I'm the only one that has actually tried death penalty cases. And I think that's very important to have that experience, because those cases cost our county the most. I mean, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if we have a judge that doesn't have the experience, and those cases come back on appeal, then the taxpayers are paying double for those cases. And I'm one of 20 attorneys in this county that is on the list and approved to represent indigent defendants charged with capital murder.
Thank you very much. It's the state, the county, and virtually everywhere in the country or the governments are going through a lot of budget cuts right now and looking for ways to save money. The state of Texas, I think, is especially going to be looking at the criminal justice system and the prison system. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I know that they're looking at very hard is the creation of specialty courts. It seems to be in vogue now, if you will. What is your thoughts? I know we have a DWI court. We have a juvenile court. What is your thoughts on the creation of specialty courts? Do you think it's a good idea for the county? Would you be in favor of it?
I absolutely think it's a good idea. Dallas, just down the road, has specialized courts. Collin County is one of the fastest growing counties in the country, and with growth, obviously the court system grows. I think I heard one of the commissioners say that the bulk of the county budget is spent on the criminal justice system. So yes, I do think it's important for us to be efficient, and I think that specialized courts can help us with efficiency.
Okay, thank you. Back early in the campaign, the Observer sent all the candidates a questionnaire, and one of the questions I asked you is if you believed that our system of partisan election of trial judges by party should be continued. And you said you understood the argument on both sides, but that the party affiliation helps voters know what their fundamental core values are. Well, you've had some fun, I assume, campaigning the last month or so, 2 months, 3 months, and since December, yeah. And based on your experiences, I'm sure you've met hundreds and hundreds of voters. How do you feel now about the partisan elections of judges? Do you still stand by what you said?
I do. Like I said, I do see the arguments on both sides. I think a lot of people feel that it should be that it shouldn't be a partisan election because the judge will have to preside over all matters no matter who comes into the courtroom. But I think, again, that goes back to integrity and of that individual person that elected that's going to treat everyone fairly and the same. I do, though, think it's important for voters to have partisan elections, like I said, because you want to know what that judge's core fundamental values are. Are they going to strictly interpret and follow the law? Are they going to follow the Constitution? Or are they going to legislate from the bench? And I think it's costly for the taxpayers to have a judge that legislates from the bench because, as I said previously, those cases are going to be reversed and then cost the taxpayers double because those cases will have to be retried.
Thank you. And my last question, and I can give you a good couple of minutes to work on this one. Collin County courts, especially our district courts, have been in the news a lot more than they probably would like to be. And a lot of that news has called into question our ability to judge people fairly. If you're elected as a trial judge in Collin County, what can you do to assure the people that come into your courtroom, be they jurors, be they litigants, be they defendants, be they prosecution, that they're coming into your courtroom and that justice will be done?
I believe that the individuals that know me and have known me for several years in this county as an attorney know what I stand for, and that would not change with me taking the bench. I try to be fair to everyone, and as a judge, you have to be. And one thing I think is very, very important when you are the judge is not everyone is going to agree with your decision, because obviously in every case you're going to have pretty much somebody that wins and someone that loses. But I think it's important that no matter what happens to both sides, that each person or each side feels like they had a fair shake. You know, I may not have gotten everything I wanted, but I do feel like the judge listened to me. I felt like I had my say in court. And I felt like the judge, was fair to both sides. I don't believe in the good old boy system, which I do believe that we have had in Collin County. Obviously, I'm not a part of that. And so I think... And I come from a very diverse background. Like I said, I've been a prosecutor and I've been a defense attorney, and I've worked with all different types of people. And I think it's important to not judge people based upon what background they come from, how much money they have, or who their attorney is, but looking at each case for what it is and basing your decision on the law and what you feel is right in that case, within the constraints of the law.
Well, very good. Thank you so much. I really wish you the best of luck. And
thank you.
Early voting starts Monday, and election day is the
13th.
13th.
Yes.
So good luck to you in the race.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.